Yo, what's up guys? LeftBurst here, and today we got announced a new Beyblade, Lord Spriggan. They're finally making the Spriggan Beyblade into a GT Beyblade, which is amazing. If you guys don't know, Spriggan is my favorite Beyblade, so when I heard they were making it into the new GT system, I was just like crazy hyped. This is awesome. I'm actually recording this at like 2 o'clock in the morning right now, so I can't really scream that loud, but I'm just like super hyped. Anyway, so the new Spriggan that they're gonna be making into the new GT system is gonna be called Lord Spriggan, which, let me just say, Lord Spriggan sounds like an amazing name. Like, Lord Spriggan, I mean, Chosy Spriggan, I knew it had to be named Chosy because it had like the Chosy gimmick, so that's understandable. It's still really cool. Actually, all Spriggans have really cool names. You got Storm Spriggan, that's an amazing name. You got Legend Spriggan. Legend Spriggan is an epic name. You got Spriggan Requiem, which Spriggan Requiem is such all that. I remember when that name was released, I was like, what the heck is Requiem? But it really grew on me. It's like really cool. It's a really cool name. It's like basically Spriggan Rebirth, which is amazing. And then finally we have Lord Spriggan, which Lord Spriggan is dominant over like all the other Beyblades. I know it might not be like God Valkyrie tier where it's like, oh, God Valkyrie, don't mess with God Valkyrie, but still, Lord Spriggan, I feel like that name gains some respect. It deserves some respect, right? Anyway, so yeah, here is the image of Lord Spriggan on screen right now. I think we got this in the Beyblade guidebook that just released. They just released this new Beyblade guidebook, and they showed a bunch of new upcoming bays, such as, I think, Poison Hydra and Flare Dragon. So I'll make videos on those guys in the future. Flare Dragon is like the new prize bay for Random Booster Volume 16, and it looks like it has this metal ball gimmick, kind of like Galaxy Zeus, which is kind of sad because I don't want another Beyblade to have Galaxy Zeus's gimmick, because that means we won't get a GT version of Galaxy Zeus, which I'm kind of depressed about, but it's whatever. We didn't get Chosy version, so I wasn't really expecting getting a GT version, but how cool would it have been if we got like a GT version of Galaxy Zeus? That would have been so cool. Like, I mean, I'm much happier that we got the Spriggan, but like Galaxy Zeus, I love Zeus as well, and that would have been really cool. And again, we need a Wyvern Beyblade as well in the GT system. We need all these new Beyblades. I'm sure they're probably gonna make a Phoenix Beyblade in the GT system. I'm sure. I don't see why not. Just like the Spriggan. Like, if you guys saw my other videos, a lot of people were like speculating like, oh, are we not gonna get the Spriggan Beyblade? But I was pretty sure that we were gonna get Spriggan, because I know Takara Tomy likes money, and like Spriggan, that's an easy cash crop. They just released a Spriggan booster. Everyone's gonna buy it because everyone knows that Spriggan is the best Beyblade ever. Anyway, sorry, I'm going on a tangent about the other Beyblades. Flare Dragon is the new random booster prize. Poison Hydra is the new random lair collection prize, and I think this new Spriggan, it's not really revealed what it's going to be, but I'm hoping it's probably gonna be, well, it's not probably gonna be, but I'm hoping it's probably gonna be a starter, because I don't know, I feel like if it has a starter, I mean, it would have a larger role in the anime, and I really hope Spriggan has a larger role in the anime, because I guess it did have a decently large role in the Chozetsu anime, but not as much as it did in the Dual Layer and the God series, and I just love Spriggan so much, I just want to see him more in the anime. So yeah, I hope he gets a starter, and I really hope that Shu returns. How sad would it be if, like, we got the new Spriggan, everyone's like, oh my god, new Spriggan, this is epic, and then we just get a random new owner. It's like, oh, now I don't really care about Spriggan anymore because this owner sucks. Kind of like what happened with Fafnir. I mean, Fumuya, I think that's his name. It's either Fumuya or Fubuya. I'm sorry. I'll look it up later. So yeah, Fumuya, the owner of Wizard Fafnir, he's cool, but still, compared to Free was so much cooler than Fumuya. And for instance, the new owner of Longinus, I haven't gone to that episode yet, but I saw on the box of Zwei Longinus that they replaced freaking Louis Shirasaki, which, like, what the heck? Louis Shirasaki was like one of the best characters ever, and they replaced him with this new porcupine head guy, and it's just like, I mean, he's cool too. He looks like a fusion of like Louis and Hoi, but I still just want Louis to own the Beyblade. And I swear, if my favorite Beyblade character from the anime, Shu Kurenai, does not make a return in this GT series, well, I wasn't watching GT anyway, but it wouldn't make me want to watch it anymore, because like, if she makes a return, I'll definitely watch a GT anime. If she doesn't make a return, well, it won't make any difference because I hate the GT anime anyway. Whatever, let's stop talking about the anime. Let's just hope that Shu Kurenai returns. I've been hearing speculation that he won't return because his voice actor's not returning, but like, that probably means he won't return, but I really want him to return. I mean, like, why is Vault the only one that returns? Aiga didn't even Aiga's definitely returning. What am I talking about? Aiga's probably gonna return as like a late boss in GT, and yeah, so that'd be cool. Look forward to like the new GT Achilles, which I'm surprised that they didn't release as one of the starters. Like, you think like Aiga was the main character of the last season, they release a GT version of his Beyblade at the beginning of the new season, but no, we haven't even heard from Aiga. Aiga became like the world champion, and then he, like 2 years later, he just disappears. It's like, oh, what happened to Aiga? Oh my goodness, I'm getting distracted. Let's talk about this Spriggan Beyblade, the new Spriggan. Again, here's the picture on screen. It's probably been on screen for a while, and yeah, it looks like the new Spriggan has the same exact color scheme as Chozy's Spriggan. It's kind of rocking more of gold and red, as with the other Spriggans were more like, I would say the other Spriggans were before probably Spriggan Requiem and Legend Spriggan, just the single layer Spriggan and the dual layer Spriggan. They were definitely more red and black color orientated. Ever since Legend Spriggan and Spriggan Requiem, all the new Spriggans have been having a lot more gold, which I'm not mad about gold. I kind of like the old Spriggan color scheme, but this Spriggan color scheme, gold and red still looks amazing. It kind of gives this like royal kind of vibe, like royalty, like don't touch these Beyblades, they're too cool for you. Anyways, yeah, it kind of has a gold and red kind of color scheme, which is really cool. As for the shape of the Beyblade, it definitely reminds me of Spriggan Requiem. To me, it looks like a bigger version of Spriggan Requiem without the rubber. This Beyblade doesn't look like it has any rubber on it, which is kind of sad. I was really hoping for the new GT Spriggan that they would just like pull all the strings and put like a billion gimmicks on it like they did with Spriggan Requiem, but that does not look like it's the case. It's not going to have rubber on it. Although, looking at the layer, it looks like the layer itself will have metal on it, like a lot of metal on it, kind of like a similar amount of metal that Zwei Long has had, which will be really cool. So in my opinion, this Beyblade just looks like a bigger version of Spriggan Requiem, and replace the rubber with metal. And maybe because you replace the rubber with metal, this Beyblade will be even better. It'll be even heavier. That'd be like really crazy. Okay, enough talking about the base of the layer. Let's talk about its Gachinko chip and its weight disc. As for the weight disc, I'm not really sure how it looks because the picture we have is kind of like darkened out. We can't really see the weight disc that much. And it might not be that the layer has metal on it. It might be that the weight disc is just super big and it's like covering over the actual layer base. So that might be a thing. Although from the picture I'm looking at, I don't think that's really the case. I think the layer actually has metal on it, which would be really hype. As for the Gachinko chip, it looks like in the middle, if you see, there's like an axe there, and of course Spriggan's probably gonna be dual spin because the last 3 Spriggans have been dual spin. So I think that the Spriggan's abilities are probably gonna be that it's dual spin and it has metal on the layer. Hopefully it'll have more abilities. That'd be so epic if they gave it like another ability. That'd be so great. That'd be so great. Anyway, yeah, let's move on to more speculation now. Now that we've seen the picture, let's speculate the parts on this thing. Now, of course, Beyblades come with 3 parts. You got the layer, the disc, and the driver. We revealed what the layer was. As for the disc, what I want the disc to be, this is what I'm thinking. You know how the new GT Beyblades, they all have like these discs with these crazy gimmicks? This is the disc I want on this Beyblade. I kind of want a disc kind of like polish, like a disc kind of like polish, except of course bigger and heavier, except the bottom of polish, you know how it's like smooth plastic? I want that to be like rubber, so you like launch the Beyblade at an angle, and if you launch it at like a hard enough angle, it'll hit the rubber and make the Beyblade go like berserk, like crazy, kind of like the Unite driver. It'll be like a disc version of Unite. I feel like that'd be really cool, but I hope it's not like, if they do make a disc like that, it's not like super low to the ground like the wall disc or the wall frame is, because if it was super low to the ground, it would scrape a lot and be horrible. You know what, the best case scenario is that they don't make it. I know like all the new GT Beyblades, whenever they make new GT discs or whatever, they don't have frames anymore. Of course, some GT Beyblades do still have frames, like Judgment Joker has, I think it's 10 turn frame. So they still do come with core disc and frames, but the new parts, at least, the new parts for GT seem to be just discs without frames. I hope that they make a new frame for this, because how cool would this be? Guys, hear me out. So it's like the rubber gimmick, where it's like there's rubber on the bottom of the frame, so if you tilt the Beyblade, it'll scrape like crazy, and it'll make like crazy attack motions, and then maybe you can like flip it over, and on the other side it's like smooth plastic, kind of like polish. So it's like I could either go in attack mode and go crazy with rubber and like scraping, and it'd be super epic, or I could switch to the other mode, kind of more life after death mode, and have like a really smooth bottom, have a lot of life after death. I feel like that would be really cool, and I feel like that would fit Spriggan really well, because based on like your opponent, maybe your opponent's a right spin Beyblade and it doesn't have that much life after death, then you go left spin with Spriggan, you switch to the life after death mode, and then you win the battle. That would be super epic. Alright, as for the driver, I'm really hoping they don't give us Zeta Dash again. Imagine if they give us another Zeta driver. That'd be so sad. I'm kind of hoping that the new driver is going to be like Zeta, just with new parts. I've talked about this before, but for instance, maybe instead of having a massive like driver on Zeta for the defense mode, maybe have something like Orbit. I mean, I'm sure that'd be kind of hard to make a free spin part, because you have to put like 3 different drivers on it, but I'm sure Takara can do it. So maybe instead of having like a massive type driver, you have like an Orbit type driver, or maybe like instead of having a massive, maybe the new Zeta would be like rubber based. So it'd be like instead of having a massive driver, you would have something like a bite driver, which is like a rubber ball, and maybe instead of having something like the Quakes driver, you would have a driver similar to like Hunter, or something like Extreme, and maybe instead of having a stamina type driver like freaking Fusion, you have an actual stamina type driver. Like I know, like why is Fusion the stamina type driver on Zeta? It just doesn't make sense to me. So you don't even have to make that one rubber, just make it an actual stamina type driver, just make it like Survive or something. So that'd be really cool. Anyway, so yeah, that's all the parts on the new Spriggan. I think I've talked about everything I want to say about this new Spriggan. Overall, I'm super excited for this new Spriggan. This new Spriggan is going to be epic. I can't wait to unbox it. I think it's coming out in August, which is just 2 months away. So I'm really looking forward to it. I hope it's really big in the anime. I hope it's like the main bad guy in the anime. That'd be so sick. And I hope that, well, no, okay, I hope it's the main bad guy in the anime, but I hope that Shu still owns the Beyblade. Like, imagine it. I mean, I don't want Shu to get I don't know what I'm thinking. I want Shu to return, but at the same time, I want this Beyblade to have a main role in the anime. Like, I want Shu to have a main role in the anime. He doesn't have to be a bad guy, but if he is a bad guy, that'd be really cool. So, yeah, that was my video talking about the new Beyblade Lord Spriggan. That is such a cool name. And let me just say, we already have an LS initial, which is Legend Spriggan, so I'm surprised that we have LS for Lord Spriggan now. That's pretty interesting. I keep rambling on. I should end the video. So yeah, that was my video talking about the new Lord Spriggan, which is super epic. I can't wait for it to come out. When it comes out, I'll probably change the logo. A lot of people were asking me to change the logo because of the new Fafnir, Wizard Fafnir releasing. They're like, you gotta change the new logo because we got Wizard Fafnir and stuff. I'm like, I'm gonna wait on this one because I have a feeling Takara might make a new Spriggan right when I make the new logo, and I'm really happy I didn't make the new logo because boom, we got a new Spriggan. So yeah, see you guys later. I'm gonna end the video before I ramble off some more. LeftBurst out.